go about answering. So I'm first going to share screen, and very often I think to myself, how do people that speak different languages, how do people that speak different languages, how do they communicate in mathematics? Now, before you answer the question, I want everybody to please turn off their mute. You want to unmute yourself. What that does is it allows me to hear you. So let's say that you raise your hand and I call on you, and you can speak other than going, oh, where's that button? Where's that button? So everybody unmute yourselves. Now, if you have a parent in the background who asks you a question, or there's a loud sibling, brother or sister around, or a dog starts barking, you can mute yourself for those few seconds and maybe bring your dog to a different room, or maybe put yourself in a nice, quiet, okay? So I want to welcome everybody. And we have some lovely new people. Taylor, I've missed you. By the way, Taylor, you are muted. You need to unmute yourself. Now, Leah as well. Hi, Leah. I'm Mr. Kramer, and this is the group. Hi, Will. Hi. And we have Jonah, but we don't have Jonah. We have Jonah at the top of his head. What would be great is if you can all look at your own thumbnail. So for instance, Olivia, if you looked at your own thumbnail, you would see that you only have the upper part of your head
there. That's
like this. And you want to have your whole head, chin to head, side to side in the middle of the screen. Like I can see everybody right now, and it's really beautiful. It's a great thing. Oh, hi, Gabby. How are you? And good. So this is the question I want to pose to everybody. And the question is this: what is the language of math? What is the language of math? I mean, we're in this country, and most people in this country speak English. But what if we were in France? What if we were in Spain? What if we were in Russia or China or Japan? Or if we were in Iraq or Israel? We would be speaking different languages. How do those people communicate mathematically? So I want to get some ideas from you. You can raise your hand, and Gabby, please turn your off. Thank you. And somebody's like hitting their screen and making like a noise. So if you don't do that, that'd be great because we can all hear that. And who's going to give me their idea? The language of math. First one to take a shot. Jack?
Isn't it like some difference in proper?
Say that again, Jack, a little bit louder and more clearly.
Some difference in proper.
You just stand. You
Difference, let me write that down. So some difference. And what's the third word that you used?
Proper.
A problem? Okay, what about you, Jonah?
So there's a product, a quotient.
Oh, are you reading from my packet right now? Yeah, that's good.
I am, but I already knew these things.
You already knew these things. That's awesome. Now, guys, there's much more to the language of mathematics. What else is there to the language of mathematics? Who wants to take a shot? Come on, I had some really good feedback from Jack and Jonah. Who else wants to take a shot at it?
You gotta focus, Taylor.
And Will, why don't you come towards the computer, and that way maybe you can tell us what you think. Also, there's a parent having a conversation with a child. We want to make sure that that is muted while that's happening. Not sure where that's happening. And okay, so we've got some ideas. The language of mathematics. Raymond, do you have any ideas? What about you, Isabella? What about you, Taylor? What about you, Gabby? David, Penny, and Penny, unmute yourself. Hayden as well. Will, ideas, test P, Leah. How would the aliens, guys, how would the aliens talk to us in the language of mathematics? How would that work? What would they use? Would they use English? Would they use French? Would they use Spanish?
Say it.
Go ahead, Leah.
Maybe numbers.
Of course. Leah, they use numbers. And what are the digits that you know that make up our number system? Who else can give that? Penny?
Just listen.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Wait. Everybody stop talking so Penny can be heard. Thank you. Go, Penny.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
And
0.
Oh, thank you. Now, these are actually called the Arabic numerals. Everybody say that out loud.
Arabic numbers.
These are the Arabic numerals. Now, what's really interesting to me is that these numerals were not known in Europe until about the 13th century.
Can you stay out of there?
So in the 13th century, in maybe the early 1200s, a man named Fibonacci traveled with his father from Italy to Africa. And what happened was they met with these people in Africa who were using the Arabic numerals, just like Penny told us, 0 through 9. And before that, what kind of numbers were they using in Europe? Who knows? Mark, do you know?
No, I was raising my hand for the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 0.
That's great. But do you know what was happening before the 1300s in Europe?
Roman numerals?
Yes, they were using Roman numerals. And those numerals were, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Who knows? 6, 7, 8, 9.
Oh, Mr. Kramer, I joined the wrong link. I'm sorry.
I'm glad
Sorry,
you're
maybe
here
later.
now. Bayram, when you enter a room late, never interrupt that room. Deal? But I do
Okay.
appreciate you entering the room. Thank you. Now, who can tell me the Roman numerals for 1 through 10? Who can do that? I've got Jonah's hand up. Oh, Taylor, can you give it to me?
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Well, those are Arabic numerals. What are the Roman numerals that are associated with each one of those? Olivia, do you have any idea? Will, any ideas?
1 through 10, right?
Yes, Will, you got it, buddy. You can give me any one you want.
V.
Oh, well, you have to tell me which one it is.
That's 5, right?
Oh, awesome. Awesome. 5 is V. Somebody give me one more.
This
Jonah?
isn't it. That's why you're here, Taylor. Relax.
Mommy, give me a
I
letter
know all of
for
them.
Okay, go ahead, Jonah.
So it goes I, V, V,
Okay,
V,
hold on a second. I want to hear from a few other people. 1 second. I want to hear from Gabby. Go, Gabby.
VI is 6 and VII is 7.
All right, hold on a second. Mark, can you finish this up?
X is 10, I think.
X is 10, absolutely. And Camelia, can you give me 8 or 9? And how about you, Jack?
Isn't 8 V1111?
I. Good, good. Now the next one is kind of hard. Jonah, do you want to give that a shot? Number 9? Ooh, you're all frozen right now. Okay, Jonah, go for it. Oh, come on, I'm sorry.
and then it's
Wait. Hold on.
IV.
Camilla, you are muted.
I mean, sorry, IX.
Camilla, you are
Wait, is it V,
trying to unmute you.
I?
Try to do that. Jonah, go for it. Okay, so if you guys can hear me, because I'm seeing that there's a lot of people frozen right now. 9 is IX. Go like this if you had that. Go like this if you had that. Okay?
I said that.
Nice job. Nice job. Now, I want everybody to tell me, are Roman numerals used today?
Yes.
Oh, I think that they are. Barham?
Yes, they are, but depending in what.
Yeah, but you've got to give me an example.
Well, this is off the top of my head. There are millions of more, but off the top of my head, all I can think of is Super Bowls.
Oh, Super Bowls totally use Romans. Olivia?
I see some clocks that have numbers.
Absolutely. Clocks have them. Jack?
Star Wars.
Star Wars. Awesome. What about you, Taylor?
My house clock has them.
Oh my God. It really does? That's so cool.
I'll show you.
You should. You should show us. Everybody check it out. Camilla, what about you?
Sometimes watches.
Oh, yes, that's true. What about you, Will?
Like sometimes in pictures.
Yes. Oh my God. Everybody look at Taylor's. Everybody look at Taylor's, guys. That's so cool.
Wait,
That's
I think
so
mine might. I think mine might too. Let me just check.
Wait, hold on a second. Taylor, hold that steady. I'm actually, guys, can you guys see my screen now? All right. Now, guys, this is very, very cool.
Mr. Kramer, can you show you my clock?
Yes, please.
I need to turn on the lights.
Okay, now, guys, I want to tell you about the biggest company in the world right now. The biggest company in the world.
Isn't it Amazon?
Well, Amazon's one of the biggest.
Apple.
The biggest company in the world, Apple, names their phone, at least this one is called the iPhone X, because it is the 10th model. It's called the 10th iteration of the iPhone. And it's
Well, what about iPhone 9? iPhone 9 never existed.
was not IX. iPhone
So
does iPhone 9.
I know, but iPhone 9 never existed. That's what I'm saying. You want to know why they skipped to 10 and they skipped 9?
I really would like to know.
Because they were planning on making 9, but they realized that by the time it was done and they were gonna release, they had, by the day that they were done with all the problems the like copywriting, all that. It was their birthday. It was Apple's anniversary, so they just decided to name it after the anniversary. It was supposed to be an iPhone 9, but it was I think it was released on Apple's 10th birthday.
That is a great story. Jonah, I love your clock. That's awesome. Now, guys, I want to ask you a question. Who can tell me right now the meaning of the word sum? Everybody look at page 1 in your packet. So I want you to say sum is the, on 3, 1, 2, 3, go.
The answer is
It is the answer to addition. If you don't have the packet, then just write down the word you see, and it is the answer to addition. So who can use the word sum in a sentence? Go, Jonah.
Okay. The sum of 8 plus 8 is 16.
The sum of 8 plus 8 is 16. Who can give me the definition of difference, please? Jack?
It is
Taylor, leave him alone.
the answer of subtraction.
Yes, it is the answer to a subtraction problem. Yes, and can anyone do a sentence using the word difference? Taylor, go for it.
I need help with my difference.
Oh, I love that. So Taylor, if I said to you, what is the difference between 6 and 4? You would say that difference 2. Now, don't answer out loud. And Raymond, I want you in on this. 4 take away 6. The difference of 4 and 6 going the other direction.
It's minus 2.
No, nobody call it out loud. You're not allowed to call it out loud. Hayden, go. Oh, Hayden.
Actually, I don't know.
Okay, can someone else offer an idea? Raymond?
Minus 2.
That's right. It's called -2. So if I ask you, what is the difference between, let's say, 12 and 8, you could say plus or minus 4. Everybody say that.
Plus or minus
Plus
4.
or minus.
Plus or minus 4.
Positive or negative 4. It would be positive 4 if we did 12 minus 8. It would be negative 4 if we did 8 minus 12. All right, let's go to the next one. Everybody put their hands down. And here we go. Who can tell me the word product? What is meant by the word product? And I'm going to ask for other people to get involved in that process. I got Taylor, Mark, Hayden, go for it.
Multiplication?
Yes, product is the answer to multiplication. Who can use product in a sentence? Who can use that in a sentence? Go ahead, Taylor.
1 times 10 equals 10.
But what, you didn't use the word product. Can you use the word product in that sentence, please?
My product is 1 times 10 equals 10.
Okay, 10 is the product of 1 times 10. So 10 is the product. Jonah?
I had my hand up for the multiplication thing.
Okay, so put your hand down every time you're done. And Mark, did you have another one for product?
Yeah. The product of 2 times 9 is 18.
The product of 2 times 9 is 18. By the way, can anybody say that a different way? It would be
9 times 2 equals 18.
right, or the product of 9 times 2 is 18. Now, we're moving on to quotient. Who's going to tell us about the word quotient? Gabby?
I think it means the answer to division.
And who can use it in a sentence now? Everybody lower your hand and then raise your hand electronically if you can tell me a division problem. So I'm going to start with you, Raymond.
I think I need what is the quotient of 9 divided by 2?
Well, why don't we try 9 divided by 3, and maybe you could tell me the quotient, Raymond.
3.
So 3 is the quotient of 9 and 3. Who can tell me the quotient of 3 divided by 9? Who can tell me the quotient? SP?
3.
Well, that's the quotient of 9
Oh, wait,
divided
no.
by 3.
Negative.
Not negative. It's not negative. Think of tests. Think it's small. Think of small numbers. Think of small numbers. What do you think, Hayden?
I was just going to say -6.
Well, that would be 3 minus 9. That is 3. That's a difference.
Stop
That's
using the
different.
chat.
3
Listen.
minus 9.
Okay.
That's -6. Now, Olivia, go for it. I can't hear you, honey.
Is it -3?
It is not -3, but that's a really good idea. Really good guess. What do you think, Gabby?
Maybe 1/3.
And why would you say 1/3, Gabby?
Well, because if you split 3 into 9 groups, like, well, I don't know. It's basically because if you split 3 into 3 groups, it's 0. Well,
If you split 3, everybody look at this right now. We're going to count together. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And each one of these is
a third.
1/3. 3 divided by 9 is 1/3. Now, there's something really special. Who can tell me the relationship between 3 and 1/3? They actually have a name. The relationship between a number and a number like 3 and 1/3. It's very, very special. Let me write out a few of them. We can do 3 and 1/3. We can do 5 and 1/5. We can do 3 halves and 2/3. Who can tell me what's going on there? Mark?
Well, for the 3 and 5, it says 1 and then the number 3 or 5. And for the third and 2, it's the opposite.
Yeah, guys, everybody listen to this language. The language of these numbers are called reciprocals. Can everybody say reciprocal?
Reciprocal.
Go like this. Everybody go like this. Put one fist on top of the other and say the reciprocal of 3 halves is 2/3.
1/3.
The reciprocal of 3 over 1 is 1 over 3. Who can tell me the reciprocal of 1/2? Nobody say it out loud. The reciprocal of 1/2 is? I'll write it out.
I want
You
this
can
one.
read that number.
Can I take this off, please?
No, I'll find you another folder. Did you
Two.
already rip it?
Two, one.
Guys, it's 2. It's just 2. So the reciprocal of 1/2 is 2. What's the reciprocal of 8/7? Come on, the reciprocal of 8/7.
Is 7/8?
7/8.
It's 7/8.
7/8.
It's 7/8. So division is so much fun, and I love it. Now, the next word that we're going to talk about is called arithmetic mean or average. Now, this one is a little bit different. This one means, if I said, let's pick 2 numbers, you ready? Let's pick the numbers 2 and 10. What is the average between 2 and 10? Well, the way we do this is we're going to add 2 plus 10, and then we're going to cut that in 2 pieces. So Tess, I want you to put that down, and I want you to really focus on this.
Tess Hauser?
2 plus 10
I don't know.
divided by 2. Who can tell me what that is? Who's got it? Bayram?
What are you doing?
I made a little key.
Somebody's having a conversation. Taylor, I think that's you. You want to mute yourself if you decide to have a conversation in the middle of our class. Go ahead, Mark.
10 divided by 2 is 5.
Yeah, but this is not 10. This is 2 plus 10 divided by 2. So who else thinks they can do 2 plus 10 first, then divide it by 2? Gabby?
2 plus 12 divided by 2 is 6.
And everyone, 6 is the arithmetic mean between 2 and 10. So here's what I'm going to do, guys. I am going to write down a certain number. I'm going to write down 2 numbers. Are you ready? And I want you guys, in fact, you guys could go to page 6 right now in your packet.
Wait, Mr. Kramer?
Yes.
You know what? Never mind, I'll tell you later.
Okay, that's fine. Everybody go to page 6 in their packet if you have your packet. If you don't, obviously, you can't go to page 6. Now, I'm going to write down 2 numbers. I'm going to write down, let's see, how about 2 and 8? And I want everyone to write down the sum, the difference, the product, the quotient, and the arithmetic mean. By the way, there will be 2 different ways to show differences, and there will be 2 different ways to show quotient. So Will, pick up your pencil, and if you don't have your packet, please write this out on a piece of paper.
Wait, are we doing 2 and 8?
Oh, yeah, we're doing 2 and 8. And Bayram, please raise your hand before speaking. It's really important. I want everybody doing this. Now, I want to start with some people that I haven't heard from today. If it's okay if I call on you. Isabella, would you be able to tell me the sum of 2 and 8, please? And you'll have to unmute yourself. Everybody should unmute themselves unless they're having a conversation with a parent. Leah, that would be you, and Camilla, please. Thank you. And Gabby. Okay, go Isabella. The sum of 2 and 8. Isabella, if you want to pass, you can say pass. But if you know what the sum is, which is the addition, the answer to the addition of 8 plus 2, yes, very, very good. Now, who can do the difference? And I should say the difference is because there are 2. Hayden, go.
4. But here he has it.
It would not be 4. Tess, let's try it.
6.
Or and what do you think, Mark?
I think it would be 6 and minus 6.
Yeah, because if I do 8, take away 2, I get positive 6. If I do 2, take away 8, I get negative 6. Now, Leah, can you give me any of the other answers?
I only know the sum.
Okay. Did you get 10 also? Awesome. Awesome. Now, what about the product? 2 times 8 or 8 times 2?
I have a bubble in this here.
Who thinks that they can do this one? So I have 8 2 times. I'm going to go with Olivia on this one. Go, Olivia.
8 times 2 is 16, and 2 times 8 is also 16.
Whoa, everybody, if you listen to what Olivia just said, she really understands multiplication and products because it goes both ways. And Camilla's saying the same thing, and I love it. Now, who can do the arithmetic mean where we add the 2 numbers together and then we divide them by 2? So 2 plus 8 divided by 2, who can do that? Raymond, go for it.
5.
Yes. Did anybody else get 5? Give me this. Give me this. Yes. 2 plus 8 is 10 divided by 2 is 5. Now, the hardest one we've done so far, of course, is going to be quotient. Who can do the quotient? And I'm looking for a brave, brave mathematician to try the quotient of 8 and 2 and 2 and 8. And I am going to start with, let's try Gabby on this one. Oh, wait, Camilla, I haven't heard from you. Go for it.
I just forgot what I was going to say.
Okay. So we're going with you, Gabby.
I think it's 4.
So 8 divided by 2 is 4. And there's one other type of quotient. Hayden, do you know it?
No, I was just going to say the same thing as Gabby.
Oh, beautiful, beautiful. Mark, what about you?
I think it's 1/4.
I was gonna say that too.
Oh, nice. Everybody look at 2 divided by 8 and write it as a fraction. Everybody write 2 divided by 8 as a fraction. 2 in the numerator, 8 in the denominator. Now we know that we can simplify 2/8. Because we can cut 2 in half and it becomes what? And we can cut 8 in half and it becomes 4. And guess what? Mark and Bayram were right. 2 divided by 8 is 1/4. Really, really cool. Now, here's the big challenge. Everybody go to page 5, and I want you to choose your own numbers. So for instance, on page 5, there are 9 pentagons that you can do on your own. There's also an example at the top, and I want you to choose your own numbers and try to do sum difference, product quotient, and arithmetic mean. Do as many as you can, and when I call on you, you're going to give me your ideas. So David, are you working on it?
Can you help me with
And if anybody has any questions, please say, Mr. Kramer, can you explain quotient again? And I would say, oh, that's the answer to division. Or can you explain arithmetic mean again? Oh, that's when you add the two numbers together and then divide by 2. Mr. Kramer, what does product mean? Oh, that's the answer to the multiplication. And when you do difference, you're going to have a positive and negative. Raymond, I don't see you working. Raymond, you can't be working if you're not writing. You should be writing as many of these as you can. The hardest workers become the best mathematicians. And the other thing that defines a great mathematician is her ability or his ability to ask questions. Knowing the answers doesn't make you a great mathematician. Asking great questions, now that does. Now, David, David's working for sure. I know Jack's working. I can see it. Camilla, I can tell she's working. Tess is definitely working. Olivia is like cranking on that pencil. Penny, you're cranking it out. Jonah, I can't see you, but I assume that's because your pencil and paper are off to the side. Raymond, I see you holding a pencil, but I don't see you writing. Isabella is definitely writing. Gabby, I think, is writing. Leah is definitely writing. Bayram, I'm pretty sure. Taylor, I can tell. And Mark, do you have a question?
Yeah, I did 7 and 4 but for the arithmetic mean, I got stuck because it's an odd number.
Yeah, but that's a great question. If everybody wants to stop for 1 second and look at the arithmetic mean of 7 and 4, you would be, so Mark, when you added 7 and 4, what'd you get?
11.
And when you tried to do 11 divided by 2?
5, 6.
No. Would you believe it if I told you that 11 half is actually the answer? But some people might want to say 5 1/2. Either way, that is the arithmetic mean. Does that make sense, Mark?
Yeah.
Okay, good man. And by the way, as I said, the test of a true mathematician is asking great questions. And that was a great question, because he didn't just say, what was arithmetic mean? He said, here's my example and here's why it didn't work.
You don't get this at all.
Oh.
I'm not muted. I'm not muted.
Hey, David, you working hard there, buddy? Good man. Hayden, you working hard, right? Okay, good. Gabby, too. Leah, Bayram, Mark, Penny, Olivia. Gabby, go for it. Gabby, I thought you raised your hand, honey. Oh, you're muted. That's why we can't hear you. If you guys would all unmute yourselves, that would be awesome. As long as you're not having a conversation with a parent. Go ahead, Gabby.
Is the product times in the quantity division, or is it the other way around?
Well, like for instance, with Mark's 7 and 4, the product would be 7 times 4, which is 28, and the quotient would be 7/4 or 4/7. It's reciprocal. So quotient is division, product is multiplication, sum is addition, difference is subtraction. Does that help you, Gabby?
Yes.
Excellent. Great question. How are you doing there, Will?
I just got like logged out, but then I'm getting the packet right now.
Oh, great. But pick up your pencil. Pencils are awesome. You can use them on paper, even if you don't have a packet, and you can write this out. Isabella, do you want to share what you've done? Is there a question you've tried? And Taylor, do you have a question? Because if you do, you can unmute yourself and ask me a question, and I would be so happy. Oh, before you do that, Camilla, you had a question.
Mm-hmm.
What is the arithmetic mean?
Well, could you give me the two numbers that you're working with, and then I can help you with arithmetic?
5 and 2.
Okay, I'm really glad you chose 5 and 2. I'm going to write them down. Can you first tell me the sum, difference, and some of the other ones?
7.
Is the what?
Sum.
Okay, the sum is 7.
The difference is 3 and negative 3.
Camilla, you are amazing. And do you know the product?
10 and 10.
Wow. Now, the arithmetic mean, all I want you to do, Camilla, is I want you to take 2 and add it to 5, and then take that sum and divide it by 2. Cut it in half. So what do you get, Camilla, when you do that? What number divided by 2?
3.5.
Oh my gosh. If you got 7 divided by 2 and you got 3.5, or as you said it, 3.5, Camilla, guess who understands arithmetic mean? You do. Awesome, awesome job. Who's got another great question for me? Jonah?
Yeah. So my thing is 4 and 11.
Oh boy, that's going to be interesting. 4 and 11. Okay, talk to me.
I want to do more.
Everybody might
So
listen to
I
this.
did the so
5 and 3.
I was having trouble with the quotient. Well, the second quotient,
Okay, so what did you get for the first quotient?
I think it was 4/11.
That's perfect. And then the
And then
quotient, what's the reciprocal of 4/11?
11/4.
Everybody go like this. Say 4/11
For 11.
and 11 divided by 4. 4 divided by 11, 11 divided by 4. Beautiful job. And guys, like when I do this, like Penny did exactly what I'm doing, that's what I want you guys to do, because it makes me think of reciprocal. So Jonah, does that help?
Yeah.
Nice, nice. What about you, Mark?
I was doing 4 and 4, but there's only one difference.
Oh, I totally agree with that. And what is that one difference, sir?
0.
Very, very nice. What about you, Taylor? Oh, Taylor, what about you?
I need help with 7 and 8.
I am willing to help.
I need
Everybody
help with
look-
the product and quant.
Oh, and the quotient. So everybody, the product of 7 and 8, wouldn't that be, Taylor, 7 times 8?
Mhm.
And might it be a nice idea for us to count by 8 7 times? Who can do that with their fingers? Everybody go like this. Start with 8. Go. 8.
16,
16,
24,
24,
24,
32,
32,
2,
40,
38,
48, 48,
56,
64,
Everybody stop
56.
right there. Stop right there. Stop right there. Stop right there. Now, Taylor, Taylor, do you see how 56 is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 eighths? And Taylor, you could also have done 8 sevens, but I think if you look up at my screen, that would be harder because sevens tend to be more difficult for people. Yet it's a lot of fun to think of 8 sevens in that way. And Taylor, do you see how I got to the same answer? Okay. Now the quotient,
Think of 10 in two
the
groups.
quotient of 7 and 8, that's a little harder. That would be 8 divided by 7 or 7 divided by 8. And guess what? Taylor, just write it as a fraction. 8 divided by 7 is what on the top, what on the bottom? Does anybody know? Does anybody want to help? Go for it, Jonah.
Okay. Well, 8 divided by 7. 8 divided by 7 is. So 8 divided by 7 is 8 over 7.
Taylor, do you see that?
And then 7 divided by 8 is 7 over 8.
And guys, that is how to write the quotient of 8 and 7 and 7 and 8. Taylor, beautiful question. So excited. Penny, go for it.
I've noticed with the ones that I've done that for the difference, it's gonna be the same except one. So like, for example, like difference is
Penny, what were your numbers? What were your numbers?
10 and 6.
Okay, so 10 and 6. And what did you get for the difference?
I got 4 and -4.
Well, you are awesome. That's exactly what we get.
So
What about the product, Penny? What did you get for the product?
for the
I need help with
product, I got 60.
That's awesome. What did you get for the arithmetic mean?
I was just about to do that.
Well, if you smush together with a sum, 10 and 6, what do you get?
16.
And if you take half of that sum, what do you get? So 16 cut in half.
You get 8.
That is exactly right. Guess what, Penny? 8 is the arithmetic mean of 10 and 6. Now, who wants to share their work? David, I would love to hear from you. Or Tess, actually, let's start with you. Go, Tess.
I did 10 and 10.
Oh, this will be interesting. Okay, give me all 5 numbers, please.
The sum is 20.
Everybody, I want everybody listening to this right now. Go.
The difference is 0. And the arithmetic mean is 10.
Perfect.
The quotient,
Can we do product first, please?
yeah, 100.
Amazing. And now this one is going to be interesting.
10 over 10
Is
is 1
What is 10 tenths?
100.
That's 10 tenths. If I have 10 tenths, if I cut a pizza into 10 pieces and each one of those is a tenth, if I have 10 of those, I have how many pizzas? Tess, I want you to look. You ready? Now I just cut this pizza up into 10 pieces. Each one of these is 1/10. So if I have 10 tenths, how many pizzas do I have? 1/10, 2/10, 3/10, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. How many pizzas?
10.
Does that look like 10 pieces to you?
No.
It's how many pizzas?
1.
It's one pizza. So 10 divided by itself is 1. Who knows what 8 divided by 8 is? Say it out
1.
loud. Who knows what Kramer divided by Kramer?
Okay.
Kramer.
It's 1. Kramer divided by Kramer is 1. Okay? Is 1. What is Will divided by Will?
1.
What is Mark divided by Jonah?
Trouble.
That's trouble. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. So now that was awesome. That was an awesome one.
Oh,
And Tess, you did the 10 by 10. Who is going to do the next one? I want to see something really, really creative here. Hayden, go for it.
I did 2 and 6.
Go for it, 2 and 6. Give me as fast as you can.
The sum is 8. The difference is 4 and negative 4. The product is 12.
Incredible.
And the quotient is 3.
And?
The arithmetic mean is 6.
Well, 2 plus 6 divided by 2 is not quite 6, is it? Take that sum and cut it in half. What's half of 8, Hayden?
4.
There you go. That's the arithmetic mean. And don't forget also, Hayden, the other quotient is 1/3, the reciprocal of 3. Remember, this is the language of mathematics. Now, Gabby, you're ready. Jack, I'm going to ask you yours next, so you better be ready. Go ahead, Gabby.
No, I did the same.
I did 5 and 5. 5 and 5. The sum is 10. The difference is 0. The arithmetic mean is 5. The quantity is 1, and the product is 25.
And it's not the quantity, it's the quotient is 1. Jack, do you want to give us one, or did we do the same one that you did?
Did the same one that I did. I did 2 and 6.
Okay, Will, do you want to do yours?
11 and 2.
Oh man, that's going to be interesting. Go for it.
13 for the sum.
Thank you.
2 times 11 arithmetical mean.
Well, the arithmetic mean doesn't use multiplication. What uses multiplication, Will?
Quotient.
That's division. Quotient is division. Sum is addition. Difference is subtraction. Arithmetic mean is adding and then dividing by the two numbers. But product that's the multiplication. So what is 11 times 2? That's the product. Go.
11 times 2 is
Just count by 11 twice. 11,
22.
Yep, and you could also use repeated addition, 11 plus 11. And what about the quotient? Those are hard.
I haven't wrote most of them down yet.
Okay. Does anybody know the quotient of 11 and 2 and 2 and 11? Who can help out? Raise your hand, Jonah. Go ahead.
So the quotients are 11 over 2
11 halves.
and 11 halves and 2 11ths.
Very nice. And Will, what about the arithmetic mean? What is half of 13? If you
Half
know.
of 13 is either 6 or 5.
Ooh, I like the 6, but it's more than 6. It's
7 or 5.
It's
7 or 5.
It's between 7 and 6, and it's exactly 6.5 or 13 halves. Will, that was awesome and courageous. Now, before we leave, I want you guys to look at one more. Are you ready for this one?
Oh, I'm just about to do 7 and 83.
Are you ready to do 0 and a number like, how about 6? Are you ready? Everybody watch this. The sum is 6. The difference is positive or negative 6. The product is 0. The arithmetic mean is 3. And there are 2 quotients. These are my favorite quotients. 0 divided by 6 is?
0.
6 divided by 0 is? Anyone?
Negative.
Negative 0.
Nope.
There's no such thing.
Zero. There's no such thing as negative 0.
No,
It's
it's not 0 or negative 0.
It's negative 0.1.
Everybody put a 0 with a line through it. It's called undefined. Undefined. You're not allowed to divide by 0. And we will pick up there next week with why you can't divide both sides by 0. Everybody say goodbye to their friends. I want you to do 1,000. Wait. I want you to do 1,000 of these. This week, do as many of these as you
You're
can.
breaking up.
Do as many of these as you can. Bye,
You're breaking
guys.
up. Bye.